afternoon, you guys, or good evening. It's almost 5 o'clock, so it's evening. What is up? What is up? What is up, you guys? I am in my car on my way to go have dinner with a friend of mine, a really, really great friend of mine, actually. And I was doing some thinking, and I thought I'd do a Car Convos with you guys today regarding friendships. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Rashana. This is Rashana Reveals. It is a space where I champion you to be the best version of yourself and empower you to make a positive difference in the world along your journey. And every now and again, I'll record some other shenanigans along my life's journey, only to let you guys know I could be silly, I could just talk about anything. I can throw my kids in there, just to have fun, right? Because it's about life and it's about enjoying one's life. Even through the struggles, you should enjoy life. All right, y'all. So as I stated, I am on my way to have dinner with a great friend of mine. And we are going to Chuy's Mexican restaurant. Chuy's, CHUY''S. We've been there before. Great food. I was on, I think it was the 75 hard challenge when I met her for dinner at Chuy's before, and I really couldn't enjoy a lot of the options. But now that I have switched to an anabolic lifestyle, which includes a little bit of higher carbs in my lifestyle. Now, I'm not talking about 300 and 400 carbs. No. I actually have 120 or 130? Between 120 and 130 grams of carbs per day. I have an increased protein intake and I have a lower fat intake. So even though I am on a macros-based anabolic lifestyle, I still consume keto-friendly foods. I still use sugar-free alternatives like Swerve and Truvia and allulose and Lakanto monk fruit. I still use those sugar substitutes because I don't eat regular sugar unless it's going to be an off-plan day or meal. And sometimes I do have an occasional off-plan, if that makes any sense. But anyway, I am hoping to enjoy something that's going to fit into my macros for dinner. But y'all know me, I'm probably just going to eat a salad. I'm probably just going to have a salad. We shall see. But in any case, this dinner just reminds me, every time I get with Natalie, it just reminds me of the length of time she and I have been friends. And we've been friends for almost 40 years. And that's a long time, you guys. To have someone in your life for that long, that person is a keeper. And
slow traffic.
Yes, slow traffic. There is slow traffic. But to have someone in your life for that long is actually a blessing. And just like any friendship, we've gone through our ups and downs. But all in all, this is one of my really, really special friendships. And what makes it even more special is that she and the oldest son, the technical guru, share a birthday. When he was born, she actually came to visit me in the hospital, and I was just like, oh my God, it's your birthday. You should not even be here, visiting me or whatever. But that's what makes our friendship extra special, at least in my opinion. And we've been through the theater arts programs together. And it's really cool. It's just really cool to have a friend like that. And so having a friendship with her really just kind of makes me think about my other friendships. admittedly, I have difficulty with friendships. And I say that because growing up, whenever I would get mad at people, I would give them the silent treatment. And it could be for a day, it could be for a year, just depending on how upset I was, you know? And a lot of the times it cost me a lot of my friendships. And looking back on those years, I don't necessarily regret it, because I try to live my life without having regrets, because I believe that the path that I'm on, the journey that I'm on, is supposed to be the journey that I'm on. Good, bad, indifferent, you know? And so I try to go through my life not having regrets. So I don't necessarily regret giving people the silent treatment. It was a learned behavior. But then I started to realize I cannot continue to keep friendships if I'm just going to not speak to people when they upset me. And so I started learning how to communicate better. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And there are times where I do revert back into that silent treatment mode. And I think I do it now because I try to be very careful in how I respond to people, because admittedly, sometimes I can be very quick to respond. And the Bible says, be slow to anger. And Rashana is not always slow to anger. But I'm still a work in progress. And so I can actually say that I am doing better. And so a lot of the times when I get hurt or if I get angry, I will shut down until I can actually find the words or find my center in order to have an adult conversation where it's not yelling, it's not screaming, we're not hurting each other's feelings. You know, I'm trying to take my time to navigate the conversation so that my point is heard, their points are heard, and then we just come to a mutual understanding. Now, we may not always agree on everything, but at least we understand one another. And then having friendships that are capable of fixing those issues are really, really worth saving, and they're close to my heart. And the same thing in my relationship with the mister, you know. Sometimes, you know, your girl, like when we first started dating, oh my God, like it was so crazy. And he and I were friends first, absolutely friends first for a very, very long time. And so to transition from friends to a couple, you know, there were a lot of times where, you know, I'd say some stuff and he'd say some stuff, and it was like, wait a minute, like we gotta stop this, because, you know, I always tell people, like, I'll hurt your feelings real quick and not even think about it, and then it will cause a break in the friendship or a break in the relationship, because I'm just that quick to snap, and I'm that quick to just say what's on my mind and pop off. And I've had to reel that in because I want to be able to cultivate healthy relationships. And so for me, I have to mature, and I had to be like, okay, Rashana, stop it. Like, stop it. Do not respond. Explain to people that when you're hurt and you're angry, it's going to take you a minute to respond. And that way you can have a healthy relationship with them. Because if not, it's just going to go way to the left. To the left. And we don't want that to happen. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I don't ever claim to be perfect. I don't ever think that I'm better than anyone, or I'm trying to, you know, be on this high horse. But I think that I'm doing quite well. I think that I have salvaged a lot of relationships in that I just take my time and just really kind of figure it out. And being a great friend also involves listening to the other person. So it's not always about me and me popping off and me going off because I want to be selfish and I want to be heard and I'm the type A and I'm the lioness and I'm the this and no, it's not always about me. It's about listening to what hurts others' feelings. It's about accepting responsibility, and then it's about changing the behavior, right? because I don't want to keep doing the same thing to someone over and over again, especially if they've told me, girl, you know, you upset me when you do A, B, and C. And so if I continue doing A, B, and C, that means I just don't care about you or your feelings or anything you have to say. It's all about me. So y'all, if y'all are doing that, stop it. Okay, stop it. But I have a few friends from my elementary school days that we do still talk, and we do still meet every now and again. And you know, some of them have moved out of town. If I go to their city, I'm making sure to hook up with them. If they're coming back home, you know, they're making sure to hook up with me. So it's really cool to have extended friendships that are still going strong today. And y'all already know my girl Chrissy, you know, she's been in my life forever as well. And so if you haven't checked out our shenanigans, I'm gonna put y'all know I never point at the right corner. It might be up here, it might be up here, I don't know. But y'all go check out our latest and greatest New York adventure. We were in Manhattan the earlier part of last month, and then in July we were in Brooklyn. So check out those videos. But anyway, I think friendships are important in life. I think that we all need friends. We all should want to be able to cultivate healthy relationships with other people, and you know, try our best to preserve those friendships. You know, true friends who mean you well, who pray for you, who cheer you on, who gives you the shirt off their back if you need clothing, or food off their plate if you need to eat. You know, those types of friends are very, very, very hard to come by. And so if you guys have friends in your life that are gonna be in your corner, that's gonna be your biggest cheerleaders, that support you when you're down, that support you when you're up, that are there for you whenever you need them, that are just y'all ride or die, try your best to continue to cultivate a healthy relationship with them, because that's when you know that you have people in your life that are special and that are worth it. Now, I'm not saying, you know, to take abuse from people. I'm not saying that if you're pouring into everybody's cup and your cup is not being filled, you know, you should keep that cycle going. I'm not saying any of that. We're taking away all of the negative aspects, and we're just talking about positive, fruitful relationships. I think everybody, or at least in my opinion, I believe everybody should have them. Now, there are ebbs and flows, just like there are in life. There are ebbs and flows in friendship. You know, sometimes, you know, and I've experienced this, sometimes you'll have a friend for a year or two, and then they'll go off and disappear, or you'll go off and disappear, and you're doing your own thing and they're doing their own thing. But then something brings you guys back. An event, maybe a death, maybe birth, or something brings you guys back. And sometimes you guys pick up as if you never left, and sometimes you just like, hey from afar. And that's okay. That's okay. Not every friendship is meant to last for a lifetime, and that's okay as well. And that's the lesson that I'm learning too, is that it's okay to experience those ebbs and flows. You know, it doesn't mean that you guys have any less love for one another. It doesn't mean that. It just means that at certain times in your life or in the relationship, there's going to be ups and downs, and sometimes you guys just take a little bit longer to come back together. It's okay. It's okay. But I really, really do cherish my friendships. I really, really do really have genuine love for those that I call my true and dear friends. And I'm that type of person. Look, y'all could call me at any time. You know, I usually tell people I am not a morning person. Okay, I am like a vampire.
My blood now flows through her veins.
I will stay up late into the wee morning hours of the morning. Okay, do not call my phone before 8 a.m. unless it is an emergency. Okay, please don't, because if you do, you are going to get the slick mouth Rashana. Okay. However, my friends, you know, if they really need me, call me anytime. You know, if it's an emergency, most of the time I'm halfway out the door before they, because you can hear the panic in their voice. I'm already grabbing my keys. You know, if I see a number and that number is calling me,
right turn onto Pines Boulevard.
Got it. And that number's calling me at midnight, I'm already grabbing my keys and my wallet. I'm like, where am I headed? You know, so I'm that type of friend. If you need, you know, food, if you need flour, whatever, I'm there. I know that sometimes I do fall short only because I'm just in such a hole myself that I got to make sure that I am okay, you know, before I can actually be okay for someone else. And that's okay too, you know, but I am that friend that's going to be there for you.
And then make a legal U-turn ahead.
Make a legal U-turn. I like that. And then I'm going to be there through thick and thin. And so a lot of the times also I was talking to another really great friend of mine, and we were talking about how we just give so much. We give. And sometimes it hurts when other people don't give us the same in return. But we also have to learn that our 100% may look like someone else's 60%, but that 60% to that person is their 100. And so we put these high standards and high expectations on others to be able to receive every single thing back. And sometimes they're unable to do that. And if they are unable to do that to the best of your ability or what you think it looks like, then maybe sometimes you got to pull back and say, okay, that person's only giving me 60%, but it's their 100, and you have to be okay with that. I hope I just made some sense, y'all. I think I did, but I hope if I didn't, just let me know. Anyway, all right, I think that's all I have to say. I'm excited to see my girl. I'm excited to eat. The last couple of days, I really haven't been hungry, and I've had to force myself to eat. But I think now I'm pretty hungry, so I'm excited to eat some Mexican food. Y'all, you know, y'all usually don't see me with my hair out, child, but your girl's got her hair out today. Look at all that gray, y'all. I got a whole, like, I look almost like a skunk. Like, I just have this big chunk of gray. And just so y'all know, I absolutely love my gray hair. I will never dye it. I've had it since I was 12, and I absolutely love it. And of course, y'all see this orange and green and white. I'm representing the U.
Crank that song. Now what?
I mean, although the Hurricane football team, they suck.
Make a legal U-turn ahead. And destination is ahead.
Yes, I see it. But I'm an alumni, and through thick and thin, I'm always going to represent. So anyway, let me close this vlog out. Let me close this video out by saying thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for rolling with me. Thank you for allowing me into your life to share a little bit of my life. And always come back. Always come back to find out what Rashana will reveal next. Later, y'all.